Hello everyone, welcome to all of you. In last lecture we discussed about the pregnancy, its stages in different trimesters and the changes related in these trimesters in a relation with the mother and in a relation with the fetus. So in our today's lecture we are going to start the next point in this topic. Again, it is very much significant as it is the connection in between the developing fetus and mother called as the placenta. So here in this diagram, here that part I am showing, here it is the placenta, and this placental structure it is present in between this uterine wall and the fetus, developing fetus. Here it is developing fetus present inside the mother's uterus, and that connection in between the umbilical cord of that developing fetus and the uterine wall, it is called as the placenta. So what is the structure of placenta? What is the importance of placenta in the life of developing fetus and the mother, that we are going to study in our today's lecture. So let us start our today's discussion. What is placenta? The placenta, it is a temporary structural and functional connection in between the fetal and here the maternal circulation. मदर आणखी डेव्हलपिंग फिटस मध्ये दोघांच्या मध्ये असणारा एक कनेक्शन की जे टेम्पररी आहे, जे पर्टिक्युलर प्रेग्नन्सी पिरियड मध्ये डेव्हलप होतं, त्याला काय बोललं जातं? प्लासेंटा बोललं जातं. द प्लासेंटा इट इज अ फ्लॅटनड discoidal organ in the uterus of a pregnant woman. It is a flattened discoidal organ in the uterus of a pregnant woman. It is attached to the wall of uterus and with the baby's umbilical cord. इथे पाहू शकतो आपण, हा जो काही बेबी आहे, हा जो काही फिटस आहे, हा जो अम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड आहे, त्या अम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड मध्ये आणि हा जो काही युटेरस आहे, मदरचा युटेरस असेल, एंडोमेट्रियमची वॉल असेल, इथे या दोघांमध्ये असणारे काय आहे? एक कनेक्शन आहे. इट इज कॉल्ड एज द प्लासेंटा. सो व्हाट इज द डायमेन्शन ऑफ दिस प्लासेंटा? Placenta, it is about 4 centimeter in thickness, 18 centimeter in diameter, and weight it is about 1/6 to 1/7 weight of the fetus. So it is about the weight of that placenta. Average weight in the fully developed fetus, it is measured about 500 gram, the weight of the placenta. Let us start the structure placenta. As we know that placenta, it is the temporary organ which developed from the tissues of both the fetus as well as mother. दोघांच्या टिश्यू पासून हा टेम्पररी ऑर्गन जो आहे तो डेव्हलप होतो. and the human placenta, it is called the hemochorial. आता हे मीनिंग आपल्याला समजून घेतलं पाहिजे. हिम म्हणजे काय? तर ब्लड, आणि कोरियल मीन्स द पार्ट ऑफ कोरियन इन द फिटस. कोरियन, एमनियन हे स्ट्रक्चर्स आपल्याला माहिती आहेत. हिम फ्रॉम द mother, that is the blood from the mother, and chorion part of the fetus, they are connected with each other, and this placenta, it has two parts. दोन पार्ट आहे त्याच्यामध्ये. एक आहे फिटल प्लासेंटा, फिटसचा प्लासेंटा, आणि दुसरा आहे मॅटर्नल प्लासेंटा, दॅट इज द मदर्स प्लासेंटा. द फिटल प्लासेंटा, इट इज फॉर्म्ड ऑफ कोरियोनिक विली, म्हणजे जो कोरियनचा पार्ट आहे, ह्या कोरियनच्या पार्ट्स पासून फेटल प्लासेंटा डेव्हलप होतो. आणि द मॅटर्नल प्लासेंटा, इट इज फॉर्म्ड बाय the uterine wall, which is rich in the blood supply, and both that fetal placenta and maternal placenta, they are having close contact with each other. Now let us come to know the blood supply in the particular placenta. What is the blood supply in placenta? The umbilical cord here in fetus, the umbilical cord is formed by three blood vessels. किती आहेत? तीन blood vessels आहेत. त्यापैकी ज्या दोन आहेत, the two are small arteries and one is a large vein. Two are small arteries which carry blood towards the placenta, while one, which is the large vein, it returns blood to the placenta. So it is all about the blood supply in placenta, where the umbilical cord, it is formed by the three blood vessels. Out of that, two are small arteries which carry blood towards the placenta, and one is large vein which returns the blood to the fetus. So it is about the blood supply in the placenta. So the placenta, it is the connection in between the fetus and maternal circulation, and it has a very much a significant role as it plays the in the various fields like the nutritive, respiratory and excretory. So the role of placenta as a nutritive organ, as a respiratory organ and excretory organ, that we are going to discuss in our next point. First, as a nutritive organ, here in between the fetus and the maternal part, the nutritive material is exchanged in the form of, here, the food in the form of glucose, amino acid, simple proteins, lipids, mineral salts, vitamins and hormones, antibiotics, etc. is sent to the fetus for its development by the maternal circulation, and it acts as a nutritive organ. Then next, as a respiratory organ, where the exchange of oxygen from a mother's blood is also given to the fetus. So here the placenta, it acts as a respiratory organ as it supplies the oxygen for the fetus through the maternal blood. The role of placenta as a excretory organ, where the fetal metabolic waste, for example carbon dioxide, urea, water, is passed from the fetus into the maternal blood. So for this exchange of the excretory waste, this exchange takes place through the placenta, where the fetal and maternal blood are not in direct contact with each other. आता यामध्ये fetal किंवा maternal blood जे आहे हे दोघांचेही एकमेकाच्या डायरेक्ट कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये येत नाही का, याचे रिझन्स आपल्याला एक्झाम मध्ये विचारले जाऊ शकतात. काय आहेत पहा रिझन? रिझन नंबर 1, बिकॉज ब्लड ऑफ fetus and mother, it may be incompatible. ब्लड प्रेशर जे असेल हे fetusचं वेगळं असेल, मदरचं वेगळं असेल. अगेन द मॅटर्नल ब्लड प्रेशर इज हाय. आपण आताच बोललो मदरचं ब्लड प्रेशर जे आहे ते हाय असेल. ज्या हाय ब्लड प्रेशरचा जो फोर्स आहे तो फिटसच्या डेलिकेट ब्लड वेसल वरती पडून त्या ठिकाणी त्याला धोका पोहोचू शकतो. अगेन इट ऑलवेज चेक ऑन द पॅसेज ऑफ हार्मफुल सबस्टन्सेस सच ॲज ब्लड प्रोटीन्स and the germs which may transfer from a maternal blood to the fetal blood. So these are the functions of a placenta as a nutritive, as a respiratory and as a excretory organ. Let us come to know the role of placenta in the field of hormone secretion. So the importance of placenta in the hormone secretion, again it is very much significant, as the placenta, it acts as a endocrine tissue which produces different hormones like HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin, which is also detected in the urine to detect the pregnancy test. Again, the progesterone, estrogen, while the relaxin is also secreted by the ovary in the latter phase of pregnancy. The hormone HCG level, it increases up to the end of first trimester and then it declines. It already, this part already we discussed in our previous lecture in the pregnancy. And at the end of first trimester, progesterone is produced by the placenta to give the nourishment for the developing fetus. And all these hormones they are required for the fetal growth and maintaining the pregnancy process. So overall, it is the role of a pregnancy in the as a nutritive organ, as a respiratory organ, as a excretory organ, and the role of a placenta, it helps in the production of certain hormones to maintain the pregnancy. Let us move towards one of the most important point, that cord blood bank, which is present in the Kolkata. Here the cord blood bank, it is related with the umbilical cord of the fetus, and that umbilical cord which is showing the part of blood, that blood it is very much significant as it is used in the various fields. Here in particularly India, the first cord bank, it is established in the Kolkata by the government in the Kolkata, which is established in the year 2001 in association with, and it is accredited by the AABB, that is American Association of Blood Bank. And the function of according to the, and this blood bank, it functions according to the central and state government policies, rules and their guidelines. And this particularly cord blood bank, that is the umbilical cord blood, it is used, and this blood it remains in the umbilical cord and placenta at the time of post delivery. And the process of this cord, here the process, here the cord blood is collected, its extraction is possible, and after the extraction of that cord blood, it is preserved by the cryogenic preservation method for its obtaining the stem cells for the future potential medical uses. And the use of the stem cells in the cord blood, here it can transform into the all sorts of blood cell, and it has very much significance as it is used to treat the diseases that harm the blood and immune system. For example, leukemia, certain types of the cancers, sickle cell anemia, and some metabolic disorders. So here in our today's lecture, we discussed about the placenta, their definition, dimension, structure of a placenta, blood supply in the placenta, a role of a placenta as a nutritive, respiratory and excretory organ. Again, we discussed about the role of placenta in the hormone secretion. Then cord blood bank, importance of cord blood bank is discussed in today's lecture. In our next lecture, we are going to discuss the parturition, the stages in parturition and the hormonal role in that parturition mechanism. And again, we are going to start the lactation mechanism in our next lecture. Thank you.